Welcome to Engineering Scale Models presents Tabletop Strategies, Tips and Tricks for Tabletop Board Games. This series is going to be about teaching your kids how to play tabletop board games, and we're going to be starting with Hellboy the board game. As always, I'm your host Jason, and my special guest today is
Donovan.
That's my son Donovan. He's going to join me for this Hellboy. He is going to be playing Johann Kraus. But let's get to the tabletop, and we're going to do the entire setup. I did do a little bit of pulling stuff out. This is a core game mission because it's like the tutorial and things like that. Other than that, I pulled out the monsters that are from the main base game. I have them up over here. And I pulled out all the tokens over here. You got Inferno, Frog Swarm, Action Cubes, Wound Markers, Insight, Clues.
Bunch of weirdness.
Yeah, and then we have our dice down here. We're going to roll another clue token. And then we have our three characters. Let's go over our three characters and what they've taken. And they've also taken 7 points in requisition cards. And then after we look at the characters, we're going to pop open the case file. Let's start with Donovan's character, Johann Kraus.
Love him.
There he is right there. He has a special rules, dead man walking. Johannes does not suffer injuries. Instead, each damage he suffers while he has no empty health track spaces reduces ectoplasmic stability tracker by 1. So instead of flipping wounds over after he receives 4, you have to move down on this ectoplasmic stability card, and if it reaches the bottom, he is knocked out. That's how he would be knocked out. He has a containment suit. Whenever ages take time, he can reset his ectoplasmic tracker. And then he has deductive reasoning. If he rolls the wild card symbol on an examine roll, he can advance the gathering information track 1 additional time.
That's pretty good.
So if he rolls a 6 and that, he can move it 3 times. Then for one action, he can stabilize by advancing his ectoplasmic stability track. He can use projection, where he can reduce his stability track by 2, place an action cube on any explored area until the end of phase. Johann can make examine and explore actions as if he was in that area, and then he can possess people, reduce the track by 3, and 2 action cubes. He can possess a minion that just died, and it can move up to 2 areas to attack another minion or whoever you want to attack and play.
Nazi or a frog person.
Yeah, well, we're all frog people today, buddy. And then we have his starting pistol, and then for 1, we gave him armor-piercing rounds, which hopefully he spends an action in the beginning to equip armor-piercing rounds. And then I'm playing 2 characters. I'm playing Hellboy. Hellboy has seen it all before. If he helps somebody with an examine action, they can upgrade 2 dice instead of 1. He's fire resistant. He never takes more than 1 damage from fire. And if he rolls the wild BPRD symbol in a fight phase, he can heal 2 damage. He has a taunt where he can become priority. He moves to the front of priority queue. He has big right hook. It's 2 action cubes. It does additional 3 damage to the fight action, and the person is stunned and hurled. And then he can also throw some scenery, so for 2 actions. And then he starts with Hellboy's pistol, which is like a 1-shot, suffer 5 damage, additional damage if you hit. He also has deep pockets. He can dig for cards in the requisition deck. And then he also gave him the ancient blade, so that allows him to upgrade a melee fight. So.
Oh, by the way, Hellboy is a demon, so
yeah,
that would make him fireproof.
And then fire resistant. And then Liz Sherman, she's our fire girl. She has volatile, advanced the living flame tracker. Right here is the living flame tracker. So when it gets up to the top here, we have to flip this over, and she basically explodes, and people take a lot of fire damage.
And she gets KO'd probably.
She's fireproof, buddy. She's fireproof. She never suffers fire damage or fixed. And she can focus. If she rolls the wild BPRD symbol, she can set her living flame marker to any. So she can set it to +5, do a flame blast and do 5 additional damage, and then it will reduce it by 1. So that's flame blast, ranged attack, all that good stuff. And then immolate, she basically explodes and fire damage everywhere and take a roll of a red die, all that stuff. So that's Liz. Liz starts with her sidearm right there. I gave her field dressings just in case. Anybody can use that with her. And I also gave her a submachine gun so that she could target more than one character, one additional target in a area. Submachine gun I only use when there's 2 people in the area. But she has her sidearm, no armor piercing rounds for her. She's mainly got a flame blast stuff. So let's go back up here, and we are going to start this. So we set it up according to the rules. We're not doing the tutorial read first, but we are doing the mission. So we're going to set it up as it says to set up on the cards. So
and if you're confused about the board that's in the corner there, the book is the acquisition thing.
Yeah, this is the HQ board, and we're gonna set it up now.
And then the figure that's next to the book thing is the Doom tracker.
Yeah, the Doom and the information gathered.
And the busts are the
target priority.
Yeah.
Okay, so it says right here, it says BPRD case file. Hey, you, read this. These decks or cards are case files. You should only have 6 in this box. These are BPRD classified, so don't open them yet. Each case file is different scenario you can play, and the first time you play it, it should be a surprise, so no peeking until the time is right. The game will tell you when to open them. This case file is the least complex and is used in the tutorial. We recommend you put the others back in the box, or maybe just forget they exist. Okay, so that's the same on that side. So first we're going to discard this card to the discard, and now we're going to do what this says. This is case file 126779, eviction notice. Frogs like snakes, scorpions, ravens, black cats are traditionally considered harbingers of doom. This is borne out by folk tales such as one from Africa which sees a man's prayer for eternal life ruined by a frog who sees a bleak future for his own species should man flourish. It is no coincidence then that the chief of minions of the Orgduk Jihad are the frog monsters. These amphibious hybrids are able to shapeshift, taking the form of men to further their never-ending quest to bring about the end of the world as we know it. One of our field teams has cornered a particular large specimen in an underground crypt. Agents are to report to the scene and deal with this threat before it escapes. So this is challenge rating easy, duration short. So now, we've read this, so I believe we flip over this card, but we do not look at the card under it. So flip it over real quick, and then it tells us Deck of Doom setup. So I'm going to put this over here, and then I'm going to set up the Deck of Doom the way it says.
It's shape-shifting frogs.
Yeah, frog people. Okay, so this is boss behavior.
So I can take form of a chair.
Okay, so guys, there are tons of cards to go through. I'm going to find all the magnifying glasses. So there's a lot of these. It says take them all, I guess. So we'll take them all. So I got all the magnifying glasses.
I like yours, sir.
And now I have to get the agents. That's what the symbol means right here, the agents you're using. So we're using Johann Kraus, Liz, and Hellboy.
Oh, and those are the weaknesses.
And then we have to have the red and the blue. That's the red. And we sorted these all when we sleeved them. So hopefully that will help there.
Oh, and every character has their own specific weakness.
Yes, every agent has their own specific one. I believe all the Hellboys share the same one. So let me show you what we got here. So we have the blues, the reds, the individual agents, and then all the magnifying glasses. So we're going to shuffle this up here.
Shuffling.
We're going to shuffle this up, and then we're going to do the next step of the where we set up the encounter deck, and then we have to do the board layout. So we have 3 agents, so we need a blue and 2 green for the encounter deck. So that's all shuffled. We'll put that on the board. You'll see where that is in a minute. Let me get out the cards for the encounter deck here. So what do we need? We need blue and green.
And yes, the difficulty does go up the more agents you have.
Blue and green. So what we do with this is we have our blue and greens, and what we will do is, how many greens do we need? 2. We will shuffle up the green deck cards, and I'll show you what I'm doing on this camera here. I'm shuffling up all the green cards.
And as you can see, there is a pancake eating Hellboy there.
Where?
On the cards that you're shuffling.
No, he's got a light. He's got a flame,
Oh.
torch. So we did deal out 2 because that's what it says 2, and then we're gonna shuffle up the blue ones. So
Anyway, it looks like a teenager.
yeah, it's young Hellboy. So we shuffle this up real good because I haven't shuffled them before, and we'll take one of those, and then we'll take these and we'll put these away without shuffling them together because we don't want to mix them up, and then we'll mix these up. And we'll put these on our encounter spot on our board there next to the deck of doom. That's where I put the deck of doom. So now we need to do the board layout. So let's see if we can find these pieces. We found this one. What else can we find? So we have all these pieces here. So let's go to the camera here, and maybe you can see it this way. So you see we need this piece, and we need this piece, and then we need, let me see the big stack. It's easier just to flip the big stack over because that's the, is it this one? No. Nope. Nope. There it is. Alright, so we have the pieces. If you wouldn't mind handing me 3 doors, we'll get this set up. We'll put that there.
Make sure to set them to the appropriate size so it matches the scenery.
Yeah. Alright, if you want to place the doors there, buddy.
Sure thing.
Take a drink.
Here, here, and here.
Okay, so now we need to find the token for... Okay, apparently I didn't get out the token for the starting zone. So I'm going to use this to label this as the starting zone because I didn't get that token out. Okay, so now that we did all this setup, it says discard after placing the encounter cards. So I have to put an encounter card in each one of these rooms. Just like so.
And those are the enemies we fight.
Yes, they're going to be enemies. We're going to see what it is. It could be something else.
Oh, wow.
So, and then it says
know.
discard this card. So we're going to put it over here. And now we have a new revealed card here. It says put an insight marker on space 2 and 4 and 8 of the information gathered track. So it says 2, 4, and 8. Okay? Put a reaction marker on this card matching its trigger marker following the impending doom space. So I need 2 of these of the same letter. Where's fire? We'll take the 2 C's.
CC.
Okay, so we will put, we have 3 agents, so we will get it on space 6. And then we will put the trigger on, if the impending doom marker reaches the trigger marker, or if all agents are knocked out at the same time, Skip to the end phase, flip this card at the end phase. Now move this card to the end play area, discard if the confrontation begins. So this is going to go up here to our end play area with our marker C on it. So we know if we hit this marker, we have to flip that card. Now it says, move this card to the end play area. If agents take time, flip this card immediately after advancing the impending doom track. So now this moves to the end play, and if we rest, we have to flip that card. Okay. Now it says, you head underground where you see obvious signs of frog monster infestation. Yeah, your target should be around here somewhere. Clear out its brood, and it'll have no choice but to show itself. It says, prepare the minion slots as followed. Minion A is a rampaging frog monster. Okay, so Minion A is a rampaging frog monster. And that should coincide with that guy. Yep. So that guy's there. And then Minion B is a venomous frog monster. And that should coincide with Minion B. That's him right there. And then Minion C is an armed frog monster. Where is... There he is. He got put away for some reason. Minion C is an armed frog monster, which should be there.
He's holding a little arm.
And then D is a transforming frog monster. And that card will just sit right there. Okay.
I got that one dude is holding like a little arm.
Oh, we have to put all our characters in the starting zone. So, now, if all rooms have been explored and there are no minions on the board in the end phase, flip this card. Begin the first round. So we don't flip any more cards, we don't do anything else, we let that sit there. So if we wipe this out, then we get to do anything. So, okay, so here's what we got. We got 3 action cubes each. We could take a free action to explore, and we can also mix up our actions and take whatever turns we want to do. So, I'm just going to take a free action right now to explore and open the door. We'll say Hellboy does it. It doesn't matter because somebody else can go next. We're gonna open this door here, and we're gonna flip this card. And now it says Minion A, nothing, a clue, and Minion B. So that means space 1 and 2 are here, and 3 and 4 are here. So we need Minion A, which is a rampaging frog monster, which looks like this guy. And then we need a clue. We'll put this as our clue. And then we need Minion B, which is a venomous frog monster, which we definitely want dead. And then there's no effects or anything bothering that. So, now, let's talk about what we want to do. We basically want you to investigate that clue.
Yes, so, I'm the best for that.
I'm thinking Liz and Hellboy should take out these guys. I want Hellboy to be in this space so I can help you investigate that clue.
Yeah, and also kill off everyone.
Yeah, well, why don't you take an action to load your armor-piercing rounds first?
Yeah, so take an action cube, put it somewhere.
Yeah, just put it right up here above your card, and then flip this over and tuck it under your sidearm. So now your shoots are a little bit better. You get to ignore the resistance. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Liz go first. She's going to take a shoot action at this rampaging frog monster. So if you look at Minion A, he's got a resilience of 2 and a health of 6. So I need to hit him for 8 damage. But if Johan shoots him, if Donovan shoots him, he only needs 6 damage because he can ignore the resilience. But we're hoping that it doesn't come down to that. If Liz can't kill him, then Johan's going to have to shoot him 1 time to finish him off.
Kaboosh.
So let's figure that out. So we'll leave that up there so we can see what we're doing here. So Liz has red dice with her attack. There's nothing in her way, and she doesn't get any upgrades or anything. So I could do the flame blast, but I would cause fire damage in there, and then there'd be damage taken when Johan moves in there, and then I'd have to put the fire out.
And also Hellboy.
all that stuff. I'm not going to use my submachine gun, so I'm just going to use my sidearm here, and I'm going to roll this. Let's see what we get. Do we have a dice? Where's the dice tray? Found it. Okay. There we go. So, okay. So
That's
I
bad.
rolled the catastrophe.
That's bad.
You roll the catastrophe. You flip over. Now I'm out of ammo with my sidearm. So, and I have to drop my highest result. So
that's
this is
4.
a bad 4 roll. So 4, and then we take 2 away for his resilience. I only did 2 damage. So I only did 2 damage to that guy.
That's gonna hurt.
So
Not the monster, the hurt.
and I am out of ammo in my sidearm. So my only option now is to do the living flame. I don't want to set that broom on fire. So why don't you shoot him with one action with your armor-piercing rounds? So you get
Am I shooting?
you can shoot him, right?
Yeah.
So spend an action and roll these. And Liz is going to spend. Well, hold on. Liz is going to spend 1 to upgrade you to a red die. So take out an orange and upgrade you to a red die. Now this is going to ignore his resilience, so we just need 4 damage here, and we got absolutely nothing. And you're out of ammo, and you have to discard your armor-piercing rounds. Well, this has to be the worst.
What happened there?
The worst start in a game of all time. So both our ranged characters are out of ammo. They have no ammo left.
And the worst thing of all, I did no damage.
So okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Hellboy is gonna take his 1 shot with his pistol here. It is ranged weapon. If the target is hit, it suffers 5 additional damage. But he rolls yellows, which are awful. But I have to score a hit, so I have to get at least 3. Oh, no, that's probably
Why don't you upgrade Hellboy's die to an orange from Liz? Spend her last action.
Could do that. So I would get an orange and 2 yellows. I don't want to spend Johann's because it doesn't matter. Johann can't investigate now because he needed to move and get in there. So why don't Liz and Johann upgrade this shoot attack, and then we'll investigate next turn. So he's going to get 2 yellows or 2 oranges, a yellow, and this. So if I score 3, I'll do additional damage. OMG.
That's 1 damage. Doesn't even go through.
And I don't get the 5. I didn't hit him, so I don't get the damage.
At least it's gonna be out of ammo anyway. So.
Yeah, it's out of ammo now. I gotta flip it. It would have been out of ammo anyways. So that was 1 action. So we spent 7 action cubes, and we haven't done but 2 damage to this guy. So really, I really have no other option but to move in for 1 and punch this guy. So I get this, I get this, and I also get a red because I upgrade with my ancient blade. All right. Okay.
Right, Hawk.
It's dead as dead can be because that's.
Why can't we get
3.
that before?
So this guy just get beat down and obliterated. So that's 6, 9, 11 damage.
Why can't we got that before?
So, and that was all of our actions, guys. That was it. That was everything. So now we need to go to. So we can't rest. We need to go to the end phase. Oh no, rest phase. What does it tell you? The 2 phase. Okay, so now we have to do a doom card. So we do a doom card. I got my weakness, bad temper. Put this card in play next to Hellboy's agent board. Each round, one of Hellboy's suffers an injury or agents take time. Take that off. So I'll show you what this card looks like real quick. This is his signature bad card. So one of my action cubes has to be used to attack, to do a fight action. So
and as you can see, you get a little sliver of a comic there.
yeah, because I'm super angry because nobody can kill a dude.
Yes. That's why we're mad.
Everybody was like throwing catastrophes like crazy, and he's super pissed. Okay, so now we get all our action cubes back. So we get all our action cubes back, and now we start a new round, and it's going to be the enemy phase starts it. So the enemies get to go. And we have a venomous frog monster. Hellboy is the target priority, and he is going to get hit with a ranged attack of 5. So I have to block 5. So I get orange for my blocks. I don't have any upgrades. I could spend cubes to upgrade, but I'm not going to. I need to shrug off 5 here. Okay, so
he heals damage.
no, that's only in a fight. That's only in a fight.
What does that do?
I can use it to double my 2 to 4.
So you take 1 damage.
I only take 1 damage from that guy.
That's not bad.
Yeah, I only take 1 damage from that guy, so that's good. So I take 1 damage, no big deal. So now it is the end of the enemy phase. Now there's no frog swarms or anything, so now it's back to the player's
I
phase.
say Hellboy moves in and uses 1 attack action.
Yeah, we might as well, and then you can come in and we can investigate the clue. So Hellboy is going to go there, to move there, and then he's going to use his bad temper to punch this guy with a black and 2 reds. And he rolls the catastrophe.
1 nada.
Okay, so what happens if I attack that guy? Hold on, don't touch it. What happens if I attack that guy with the catastrophe? Oh, it's only a defense. So I hit him for 2. And he has a resilience of, what's the venomous? Venomous is B. He has a resilience of 2 and 2 health. So this goes away from the skull, and I do no damage. I do absolutely nothing to him. So, and now I'm in melee with him, and nobody can shoot him.
I say attack again.
I'm gonna have to attack again. So,
I'll grab that.
all right, here we go. There we go. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage. He has a resilience of 2 and 6 health. He's dead. So he is dead. We have killed him. I've used all my actions. So I used 1 fight action. So now I'm gonna spend an action to move Liz. 1, 2. And then are you gonna come in and investigate that clue?
Yeah.
Alright, so spend a cube and you go 1, 2. Because you move up to 2 on an action cube. So you're gonna spend 1. We're not gonna do anything else. So you can spend 2 to boost yourself to 1 black, and then I'm gonna spend 2 to boost your other 2. So you're gonna roll 3 black and a blue. So we're max boosting because we're not gonna explore anymore, and we're just gonna.
Hopefully we get this symbol.
Yeah, hopefully, then we can move it 3 times. So if we get a 6, we get to move it twice. A 3, we get to move it once. Anything under a 3, we don't get to move it at all. Okay, so we got
6.
Yeah, so we get to move it 2 spaces.
Move that.
So it's gonna move to 2, and Johan gets this marker put on his card now, which he's most likely gonna get them all because, and then this clue goes away because we successfully got our information.
Yeah.
So that was worth it doing that, doing the upgrades.
Super.
So now it is, now we can take time and we could reload all of our weapons.
Yeah.
But then we'd have to flip this card, and I would also get rid of my bad temper. So,
I think the bad temper is bad.
and all our guns are empty. So I say that we take time, and we're going to take time. So each agent picks one rest action: investigate, recuperate, secure. Okay, so we're not. I'm gonna recuperate because I do have a damage. So I roll, I believe, 2 red dice, and I heal whatever. That's what Hellboy's doing. So he takes away his one. Nobody else has any damage. There's no fire or frog swarms. So, and then all of our stuff flips over if we take time. This goes away because I took time. And then she gets her ammo back, and you have a gun again finally. Let's hope we don't run out of ammo. So now let's see what happens.
Wait, I'm a ghost.
So we advance the impending doom because we took time.
Yeah.
And then it says, if the agents take time, flip this card immediately after advancing the impending doom track. You gladly take the opportunity to catch your breath as you're getting ready to carry on. You hear the sounds of wet, slapping footsteps back towards the entrance. Oh no, reinforcements! Spawn minions in the starting area as follows, depending on the number of agents. So 3 agents is a minion B and a minion C. Minion B is a venomous, that's the spitter guys in the starting area. And a minion C is an armed frog monster. So then we discard this card. Okay, so now we have all our action cubes back. But it's the enemy phase now. So
they're gonna move in.
Yeah, they're gonna come in and hit us. So we set the target priority. So I'm the main guy. So the first one to move is the venomous. He's gonna move 1, and he's gonna spit at Hellboy for 5 damage. So I believe I get an upgrade if I'm in the area with my own people. Let's just look up defense here.
Well, I do have a thing that says protection here.
No, it's projection.
Oh. That was
Here. Okay, making test. Okay, where is... Okay, here we go. On a ranged attack, when each enemy makes a ranged attack, they hit a single agent in their range using target priority. The target agent tests defense with the following modifiers. Upgrade 1 die for each other character in the target's area. Okay, so there's nobody in the path, so I get to upgrade 2 of my dice because of
friendliness.
there's 2 of you in there, so upgrade 2 of my dice, so I get 2 reds, a blue, and an orange. Because I would normally roll all orange, so I get 2 reds. So and roll the catastrophe again. So what happens? Paralyzing tongue. If a catastrophe is rolled when testing defense against this enemy attacks, the target agent discards an action cube. So I discard an action cube now. So I take 2 damage.
Ouch.
Yep. And then now I am no longer the target.
Gross.
I am no longer the target. Now, the rampaging frog monster is going to attack Liz. He's going to move 1, 2, and he is going to attack. Which one is he? No, he's the armed frog monster. He is. I didn't see. So he's going to attack
and
with 7.
Too.
Well, I don't know. I got to see what the melee modifier is. They should have had a better reference for this stuff. Okay, melee attacks. It is a target test defense with the following order. Downgrade is no upgrade for melee damage. So Liz is going to only be able to roll oranges. She has 3 orange and a blue. So let us. This is 7 damage.
That hurt.
So she can reroll. So she's gonna reroll this one. So it's a blank. So she's gonna take 3 damage. So I gotta take 3 damage. And because I took damage, I have to advance the living flame to 1 right there. So. Okay, so the enemies have gone. It's back to the agent phase. Hellboy's gonna punch this guy just to get him out of the square so they too can shoot said this guy. So I'm gonna punch the arm frog monster. He has 6 health and 2 resilience. Hopefully I don't get a catastrophe. I have my ancient blade, so I did 6 damage. He has a resilience of 2, so I did 4 damage to him. 1, 2, 3, 4. He has 2 left. I'm going to do the action again. Oh, not this guy. This guy over here. I hit the wrong dude. This guy has 4 life left. So I'm going to do it again. I'm going to move the board everywhere because that's what I do. And I'm going to do my last action to attack him again. And I got the BPRD. I can heal 2 damage. I can spend that to heal 2 damage, so I don't get the effects anymore, but that's fine. I did 3, 5, 6, 7. He only needed 2, so he's dead.
And should I possess him to take out the other dude?
Let's see how that works. Use this action when minimally defeated, reduce tracker, and then move the minion up to 2 areas and makes it ranged. Melee attack before it is removed from play. Yeah, I would say possess that.
Let's go for it. There goes down by 3.
Yeah, spend 2 cubes, and then this guy is going to move here and attack this guy for 7, and the Venomous has resilience of 2 and 6 health, so he's going to take 5 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he only has 1 health left. This guy goes away, and you basically possessed him. That was awesome. So now,
Great use of possession is why I love that dude.
I would spend your last action to stabilize.
Yeah.
Just so you don't go too much. Just move that up 1, and then we don't plan on going that way again. So I'm going to do Flame Blast, where I can
set fire in the room.
First I'm going to stoke the fire, and I can move it 2, but when it moves into the red, it moves 1 more. So I'm at +3 on my living flame. Now I'm going to do Flame Blast, and I get 3 red and a blue, and I get to add the +3 damage from the flame tracker to this. So that is
Oh my god, that's a lot of
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 damage.
And I got
And
double.
there's fire here now. And boom, he is so dead. And there is fire in that zone now.
He just turned into ashes.
So my living flame reduces by 1 because I used it. And there's now Inferno in that zone. And we'll have to roll for fire in a minute. So I have 1 action left. I can't put out the fire now because I'm not in that zone. So I'm just gonna burn mine, just not gonna use it. So, well, actually, I'm going to heal myself with the field dressings, 2 damage. So flip it over. That's what I'll use that action while I have it. While I have an extra action to heal 2 damage. So I can still heal 1 damage now. So that'll work. So now we go to. We're back at the rest phase. We're not resting again because that was awful. We have to draw a Doom card. I don't think we drew one last round. We didn't.
Beely lads.
Okay, so
I set up for X1.
this was supposed to go there, and then this was supposed to be in our area. So now it's our doom phase now. Reinforcements, advance the pending doom track, spawn minion A and minion B in the starting area. If it is no longer the board image, well, it's still on the board. So minion A is a rampaging frog monster,
This is fun.
and minion B is a venomous frog monster. Wow, we're not making any progress at all. And we're 2 away from the confrontation. We still have 2 rooms to explore. Okay, so now we do the end phase. So we refresh our action cubes. Okay. What do we do on a fire? Fire. Page 24. They could have made this better. Okay, Inferno. Page 20 now. End phase. Resolving Infernos. In each area with an Inferno, remove 1 clue, 1 frog swarm, and any scenery in the area. Then roll a red die for each Inferno. And we got a 1. On a score of 0, it is removed. On a score of 1, 2, or 3, each character in there takes that as fire damage. Additionally, a 3, it expands. So it doesn't do anything. So it doesn't expand, but nobody's in there to take damage. So now it is the enemy's turn again, so we're going to get beat up some real quick. So I wouldn't recommend possessing anybody because you're going to get knocked out. So I guess so this used target priority. So now Johan is in front of target priority. So the first one to attack is the rampaging. So he's going to move 1, 2, and attack Johan. You roll orange.
It's gonna hurt, isn't it?
I don't know, he does. What does the rampaging do? Rampaging does 5. So you gotta beat 5. So you can re-roll the 1s if you want. There you go, 5. Blocked it off. Nice, shake it off like it's no big deal. So now the target priority shifts again.
I just travel somewhere else with my
Now Hellboy is the target. This guy's going to move 1, and he's going to rage attack Hellboy with 5 damage. But I get actually upgrades because it's a rage attack. So I get 2 reds, and I got the BPRD. I could heal 2, or I could double my result, but I blocked it all any old way. So that's that. So okay, so that's that. Now it's our turn. I am going to use Deep Pockets. It says flip this card during the agent phase to draw from the bottom of the requisition deck until you find a grenade, bullets, or a charm card. Keep it and return the others to the deck. So I'm going to use this Deep Pockets here. First, I'm going to give this a shuffle. And I'm going to draw from the bottom. Pancakes is not one of those cards. I found incendiary ammo, so I'm going to take that. And I flip this over. And hey, look, I can do it again if I discard this card. So I found a lucky charm. Flip this card to ignore all damage inflicted on your agent by a single attack or game effect. So I use my Deep Pockets. And I have an incendiary ammo, which I really don't care about.
Does that explode?
Yeah, it causes fire. I already got fire problems. So that was that. Alright.
Look at it, he's about to get fired.
Now. I am going to use the big right hook to hit this guy right here.
I was
I make a fight action, so attacking. This guy he is rampaging, 6 health, resilience 2. And I got the BPRD, which I can double it in addition to doubling it. This doubles the
You have
results.
7 already.
So I have 6 here, and then I have 4 here. That's 10, 11, 12 with the double.
I think he's good and dead.
Yeah, he's beyond dead.
He's good and dead.
So that was the ancient blade. I will.
He turned him into, what do you call chopped frog?
I will use an explore action. I will use a free action to explore this room here. So we have a clue in minion B. So we'll put this down for a clue. And minion B is a venomous frog monster. And then we also have a clue. So we have a bunch of stuff for Johan to do. And minion C. Minion C is an arm doing. Okay, so that's that. And then it says, compelled by greater power, the minions that are set up in this room activate immediately as though it was the enemy phase. Wow. So this guy spit at Hellboy, so it's going to drop down. So alright, so now we have who goes first? Rampaging, venomous. So the venomous guy is B. So the venomous guy is going to attack Liz for ranged attack 5 damage. So Liz gets 2 red and a blue now. So she's got to shrug off 5 damage. I'm about to do something crazy. She blocks it all. I'm not going to reroll anything.
Shrug.
So now Johan is the target priority. And the armed frog monster, which is C, is going to go 1, 2, and hit you for 7 damage. You get 3 orange. So you gotta shrug off 7. Shrugged off 6? So you take 1 damage right here.
Not too shabby.
Okay, so now it's our turn again. So first off, Hellboy is going to use his next action to punch the heck out of that dude now. So I'm sick and tired of these frog monsters. So we're going to punch that guy now. And we get the BPRD symbol again, so we can double this to 8 and double this to 2, so that's 10. That's 11 damage.
He's good and dead.
So 11 damage, and he has 8 he can take, so he's dead. So that is that guy gone. So now we have 2 venomous left. I have 1 action left.
I'm sure he's gonna be set on fire.
Yeah, living flame dude. You're gonna hopefully shoot this guy and kill him.
Yeah.
So why don't you try to kill that guy real quick?
Okay. Can I shoot at him? Boosh.
You don't have armor piercing rounds anymore. Yeah, go ahead and take a shot at him. He is the venomous, so he's D. So you need to hit him with 8. So BPRD. So
2, 4, 6.
and you can double one of those to give you 8.
So that's 2, 4, 9, 10, 12.
No, you can double one of these. This gives you 2. This gives you 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You do exactly 8 damage. So you killed that guy in 1 action. Look at that.
Nice.
Alright, now let's
and then
see.
the search dude.
Yeah, that was 1 action you spent. So let us see here if that impending doom track's getting close. So let's let Liz try to living flame blast this guy. So I get 3 red and a blue, and then I get to add +2 to it for the living flame. There's already a fire there, so I'm not worried about it. And I got the BPRD, so I can set the result to anything I want. I'm going to set it to 5. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage. He only needs needs 8 damage to die, and then my living flame tracker is reduced by 1, so I'm at plus 4 now. So that was my first action. Then I'm going to move. I'm going to clear this frog swarm right here. Clear that frog swarm. And then I'm going to move 1, 2. And Hellboy is going to move 1, 2. And then why don't you move 1, 2 and examine that clue? This clue right there, yeah. Just 1. Alright, so that was 1. Now you're going to roll 3 reds in this. So you're looking for a 6. 3 will do it too, but you want
Well, so that sign.
2, 4, 6. Exactly 6. Alright, so 1, 2 more moves. You get another token.
Boom. And now I'm just gonna increase my stability. Right? With my last action?
No, you moved and then you used it already. That would have been a good idea, though, to increase your stability, but you ended up having to move. So that is the end of that round. So that's the end of the round. We're not going to rest this time because that hurt us. So we have to draw a Doom card. And we got Ancient Curse. Use the target priority to choose which it moved because you got attacked. So use the priority and choose an agent. Put this card in play next to their agent board. The next time the BPRD symbol is rolled during a test for that agent, treat it as a catastrophe and then discard this card. Okay, so Hellboy has Ancient Curse now.
So wait, if we roll the PBRD thing, it counts as a catastrophe.
Yeah, if he rolls it.
Along with the other catastrophe.
Yeah. Alright, so let's get our action cubes back. I have to roll for this fire. It's a 2, it doesn't spread. Okay, so
The door's that one door you're doing right here.
alright, so we have all our actions back. Let's explore this last room before the impending doom gets too bad.
That's how we explored that.
Oh yeah, we got rid of that clue.
Don't forget that one.
Let's open that up and see what's in here, and then we probably will explore it while we're sitting there.
Yeah.
So let's open this door, and we get a minion C, a sinister bird. I don't have one of those out. Wow, it is confounding darkness. When an agent moves into this room, they must either take 1 damage or discard 1 action cube. Okay, so minion C is an armed frog monster. This would be a clue and a sinister bird. And a minion B is a venomous frog monster. And then scenery 2 is this right here. So, sinister bird. Okay, so we're going to pause it here, and we are going to start with, we all have our actions. Liz has 1 damage, Johan has 1 damage, and we're going to pick up here after I dig for a sinister bird through one of the 10 boxes of Hellboy. I'll be back, guys. Hey, we're back. We found a sinister bird. It was at the bottom of the collector's edition box. I have the rules. This card refers to the sinister birds. If any are placed on the board, refer to this rules on the back of this card. It says, like frog swarms, sinister birds are not enemies. They cannot be removed from the board by anything. They can be removed from the board by anything that would remove a frog swarm. For example, a clear action or a secure rest action. Agents downgrade 1 die on any test for each sinister bird on the board. In the Doom phase, draw a card from the deck of Doom for each sinister bird on the board. If there are no sinister birds on the board, draw 1 as normal. In the end phase, if there are 3 or more sinister birds on the board, each one is removed and replaced with a harpy. Okay, so that's nasty. So now all our tests are downgraded. So we are going to have to figure something out here.
My search is now an orange.
Well, one of your search die, one of your examine dies in orange. So, but and I have this ancient curse. So Liz is gonna try to clear that sinister bird. So
Yeah.
Hellboy is gonna move in for one, and then I'm gonna use the big right hook. So I make a fight action. So I get to downgrade that. So I get 2 red and orange. If I hit, I do 3 additional damage. He's stunned and he's hurled. And I'm gonna chuck him in this 2 damage scenery. So big roll, no catastrophe. Okay, so I can reroll something, but I may not. So I have 5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have 8 damage on him. The armed frog monster is minion C. So I basically kill him, but then I hurl him into the scenery, and this is destroyed, and he takes another 2 damage, and he's super dead. So that was my 3 actions. So, but I cleared the way. So now Liz is going to take 1 action to go 2 spaces with the bird, 1 action to clear the bird. So the bird has been cleared, and then she's going to use her last action to shoot the flame blast at this venomous frog here for 3. And she gets to add her living flame of +4 to it. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9, and the venomous is B. The venomous takes 8. She did 9. So the venomous is dead. She drops her living flame down to +3. This guy's dead. There's an inferno here.
Now we are free to search.
Okay, and that sinister bird is gone. Oh, and we each took a damage for moving into that room. I forgot about that.
Ba-da-da.
No, you're not in the room yet. So, because I didn't want to lose an action cube. So we each took a damage. So, you're going to move 1, search that clue, and then up your stability. No, up your stability. Now you're going to search that clue, so you should be each to 3 red again.
Yeah.
So,
Good thing we cleared out that bird.
we're looking for a BPRD here now. No, reroll all 3 of the reds. Reroll all 3. What'd you get?
Same thing.
Same thing, wow. So we don't move it at all, but the clue stays there. See, this is why I said wait to do this, because then you could have searched again.
Right.
But it's alright, you already did it.
Yeah, it's fine.
So now it is the doom phase. We're not gonna rest. I don't think we should rest, do you?
Yeah.
No, nothing needs replenishing. So we're not gonna rest. Flip the doom card. Raid of frogs. Put this in play. In step D of the end phase, spawn a frog swarm in each area that contains at least 1 agent. When the agents take time, discard this. So we have to put a frog swarm. Part D is other effects. So first part of the end phase is we refresh our action cubes. So get your cubes back. And then we resolve infernos. So this one right here, goes away. This one right here does nothing. It does 1 damage to everything in the square, but there's nothing in the square. So, and then we resolve frog swarms, there are none. And now we put a frog swarm in each area that contains at least 1 agent. So we're going to get 3 frog swarms.
Ribbit.
3. So that's 3 actions we're going to lose. Okay, so this something says, okay, if all the rooms have support and no minions are on the board, flip this in the end phase. So we're in the end phase, we have to flip this. So we flip this card, it says, look like you cleared out the place. You take a moment to ready yourselves for what's coming next. Listening out for any sounds that might give away your quarry's location. Discard any case files that are in play. Then the agents immediately take time as though they were in the rest phase. However, the impending doom track is not advanced. So this gets discarded. Okay, so this wouldn't happen because this happens first in the end phase.
Oh,
So
sweet.
this wouldn't happen.
Better
Because
get
it
rid of it.
would have got discarded right away. So my ancient curse goes away because oh no, it doesn't go away. This doesn't. No, that doesn't go away. Does anything get flipped? No, we're good. Nothing on that. Okay, so we can each take a rest action. Roll 2 of these to heal for your person. So you heal 1. Liz is gonna do the same thing. She heals both of hers.
And for Hellboy.
Yeah, go ahead.
Heal.
Yeah, heal. Alright, just put these back. Okay, so we did that. Okay, then you see it high up on one wall, crouching in an enclave. It's a frog monster, way bigger than the others you've been dealing with. Before it can make a move, you're already opening fire, sending it tumbling to the ground. The lead agent sets up the giant frog monster in any area that is visible to at least one agent, then discard this card. I'm going to put it in that spot right there. In the fire. Then discard this card. Okay.
Good choice.
And then it says, oh, this gets discarded too because it's in play. So here's
that C token?
Yeah, put that in the thing. Okay, this is the confrontation. Set it up as described on page 26. Set up 2 minion Bs as close as possible to the boss. So minion B is venomous frog monsters. So he takes a 3, 4, 5. So they can be in his square. You only have 6 in a square. Okay, so let's set up the confrontation.
Does fire count as 1?
I believe the Duke goes away. And we need the boss deck.
Boss fire headers.
Okay, so this goes. We don't have that insight token. So let's flip this over here. So let's get the frog monster. There's the frog monster's card. That's what he looks like. I don't have it scanned in. Well, I do, but I don't have it. Well, I think I could do it this way. Hold on, guys. I didn't put a button for it, so that was my bad. There's the frog monster.
It's boss time.
Okay, so that goes there, and then I need his boss behavior deck. So we're going to set this up all on camera so you can see how long it takes. First of all, he has 20 health. That's crazy. Okay, so I need the yellow, the purple, and the red, as you can see in the corner there on the screen up there in the corner. Ooh, right there. I need those boss behavior cards, so I got the boss behavior cards, so here are the yellow, here are the red, and here are the purple. And that's all the boss behavior cards. Not a lot of those. Alright, so we shuffle up the boss behavior cards.
Put the boss back on.
Yeah, we gotta put those in target priority. It resets now, so I'm at the bottom. Okay, so we got that shuffled up. We got that there. All these are discarded. So then we take our 2 insight markers and put those right there. Okay. So, any insights the agents have collected represent discoveries around the nest site that can be used to exploit the giant monster frog's weakness. When the agents make a fight or shoot action that targets the boss, upgrade 1 die for each insight on the confrontation board. So we get 2 upgrades. When we fight or shoot it. Yeah, we have 2. They're on the board already.
Oh.
And then that's the end of it. So now we have to take this boss down. So that was the end phase. So now the end phase is done. Put this token with the tokens, please. So the end phase is done now. So now it goes to the top of the board. We have all our actions, and we are going to. Oh, we took time, so you reset your ectoplasmic when you take time. So.
Oops. What about your character?
No, it doesn't say anything about that. I want to keep it where it is anyways. So now the boss goes before any other monsters. He's going to want to attack Hellboy. So we flip a boss behavior card. We can. Well, you're still going to take a damage when you enter this room. let's see here. Pounce. Lead agent is within 2 areas of the boss. That's true. The boss moves into the lead agent's area. If there's not enough room, the character is hurled. Hurl characters other than the lead agent, so there's room. The lead agent is not room. When the boss makes a melee attack against the lead agent, so he's going to jump into Hellboy Square here, and he is going to hit me with 8 melee. Wow, that's like a lot of damage.
What's the defense that Hellboy have?
Oranges. I got the stupid truth. Alright, and I rolled the whole 4 defense. So I take 4 damage. I need 4 damage. I'm glad I healed.
Yes.
1, 2, 3. I need 1 more damage marker, please.
Don't know what it is.
Sweet.
Don't know what injury it is.
Okay, so now the venom. So Hellboy has been targeted. So now the venomous dudes are going to shoot at Liz. The first one's going to shoot at Liz. Liz gets only oranges this time, and she needs to block. Venomous is minion B. Minion B, so we can see what it is. There you go. Venomous is range attack is 5, and she takes 1 damage. We have 1 damage, please.
1 damage.
Liz takes 1 damage, and she has to stoke the flame.
Just stop it. Just stop it. I'd say move Liz in there. Or like try to move Liz in there.
Well, we got 1 more of these to attack, and it's going to want to attack Johan. So it's going to, it has a range of 2, so it will move 1, it'll move here, and it will attack Johan, and Johan blocks with those. Go ahead and roll it, it's 5 damage. So you take 3.
That's sad.
Yeah, that is super sad. We're getting beat down real bad.
I have only 1 life left until I have to take it away from my ectoplasmic.
Okay, so
Getting bit.
So 3,
Right here.
4, 5. Liz is going to spend 1 to move into this section right here. Okay, and then she's going to Emily. Put an Inferno in Liz's space. Okay,
You get crowded.
in each adjacent explored area. Okay, and then roll a red die. 2. Okay. Each other character in Liz's area suffers fire damage equal to the score plus the flame level. So 4, 5, 6 damage. So, and this is suffers. It doesn't, it's not damage. So I reduce the track by 2. So this suffers 6 damage.
Ouch.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this is 6 damage. And the venomous guy only has 6 health. So that's suffering, so that's different. And then Hellboy can only take 1 damage from. So I need 1 more damage for Hellboy, please. He can only take 1 damage because he's fire resistant. So
What about me?
you have to take the score alone. So you have to take 2 damage. Yeah. So, and then this guy is going to take 2 damage. Okay, so that's Liz's turn. Liz lit the place up. So
That's totally lit, bro.
the place is on fire. Hellboy is going to do his big right hook to chuck this dude into that dude. Alright.
I'm sure you chuck that huge dude.
Yeah, he just says he can't be stunned. He doesn't say he can't be hurled. So
Give him a massive uppercut.
I get 3 red die. Actually, before I do that, I'm gonna attack him with my ancient blade. And I get upgrades on this. I get 2 upgrades. So I actually get 3 black dice. I might just attack him 3 times with 3 black dice because I get 2 upgrades.
3 black dice is great.
Yeah, so let's see what I get. So I get one of the catastrophes. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Minus 4 is 3. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm just gonna pop them again. And then
That's a catastrophe.
now it's a catastrophe.
So
this
this goes out there.
discarded. That's discarded.
It's
And-
2 is out there.
And then that 2's out of there, so that's 3. That doesn't even get past his resilience. So now I will roll again, and
Oh.
8. 10 damage to him because that'll block his resilience. So he's at 1 health.
Oh my.
He's at 1 health, and I'm out of actions.
It's my time to defeat him.
So you're going to downgrade 2 of your dice you would upgrade because you're shooting in our square. So you would still get 3 orange. Because you'd have to go down 2, and you'd go up 2. So 3 orange, you only need 5 damage. You failed that. And you're out of ammo, so you're not shooting now. You're done. It's okay. Yellow Heart Crowns is done now.
I'm just gonna increase my stability then.
No. I would say go in there and punch him.
Okay.
Because you would get 2 upgrades, so you would get a yellow and this. So punch him for your move and punch for your last action. He's only got 1 health.
Heck yes! I can't.
You can't punch or shoot. Johan, man, come on. You can investigate things. That's all you can do. So
Hey,
that's.
I killed the dude by shooting 1 die.
Hopefully the fire kills him. This is crazy. Let's see. Hopefully we can kill him in the end phase here. So now we have the end phase. So we're not gonna. It's the confrontation. So we're not gonna draw a doom card. But the end phase, refresh all action cubes. Refresh all action
What are
cubes.
you attack quick?
Well,
And I'm target priority.
all right. So everybody.
I'm gonna die.
So fire for this one is 2. Nothing happens. This one, if it's 1 or whatever, if it's a 1, 2, or 3, we're good. It's a 3. So that's actually not good. Hellboy only takes 1 damage. He takes 3 damage, so he's dead.
Yay,
He got killed by the fire.
beast.
You take 3 damage. You're not knocked out yet. And this guy right here, that would spread, but there's nowhere for it to spread. And this guy is going to get 1 damage. So that's 1 damage. So now he's going
I'm on
to
my last
attack.
life.
You got attacked last. So Hellboy is going to get attacked with. What is Venomous? Is it up there? Venomous is B. He's going to get attacked with 5, and I get 2 upgrades for you guys. So I get this and this. I gotta block 5 damage. And then I block it all. And then Liz is going to do a flame blast. And first she's going to stoke the fire to +5. First she's going to stoke the fire to +5.
Okay.
And then she's going
Stoke
to... Oh, she can only stoke it by 2. So +4. And then she's going to do a flame blast of 3 reds.
And I will promote that.
You want to promote it?
Yeah.
And Hellboy's going to promote it too. So we're going to roll 3 reds. We're going to roll 3 blacks. So you do 1, Hellboy's going to do 2. So, and then it's going to do +4 damage
We want
on
it
a guy that only has 3 life left.
We want it dead.
Yeah, so got
It's dead.
four. Yeah, it's annihilated with flame and fire. So that's it, guys. We beat it. We defeated the frog monster. We cleared the board, and we have won the game. So what'd you think, Donovan? What'd you think of it?
That was pretty fun. I liked how I couldn't kill anyone in the end there. That was hilarious.
Yeah, you didn't really kill anybody out. So
I killed someone one time.
what? No, you possessed somebody.
And then killed someone one
Yeah,
time.
there you
Got
go.
it.
So the possession thing's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I've never seen that used before, and he used it. He did a good job. You learned how
See,
to
what
play
I
the game.
really thought would come in handy is this projection one.
Yeah, I thought that would come in handy too. Maybe on a bigger map. What we're going to do is I'm going to make a custom video, just me here, and I'm going to build a custom scenario the best I can, and then we're going to have Donovan come back here, and we're going to play it in the next video.
But you know what would happen.
No, I'm going to try to do it the way they say without looking at it. It's very confusing.
And then it makes no sense.
I'll talk about it. I'm going to explain all that in that video. But this is going to do it for this video, guys. You can visit our social media links. Check all that out. And then also you can visit us on Patreon, help support the channel. Let us put out more videos like this. Let Donovan come on more videos and enjoy it. That's about it for me. You have anything, Donovan?
Keep gaming, everyone.
All right, guys. Have a great day.